I'm off kilter here a little bit. I not run out because I can't run right now. I took the dogs out real quick because they can't come in and out of the door because the air conditioner outtake, I guess, is right outside my yarn room door. And when it kicks on, it's really kind of loud, so I wanted to shut the door. Long story short. So I'm a little bit deceived. Well, welcome everybody to Coffee and Crochet with Sara, our live video podcast. And we try to do this every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And I'm real excited about today's video. I've got a lot of things to share with you along with announcing the winner of the May giveaway. I know last week I said April of the May giveaway. And so we have that and then some other things that I want to share with you. The first thing I wanted to say is, yes, Sunday night, those tornadoes were right at our back door. And my son, his house is like a couple miles up, and it was right at his house, but it didn't touch down there at all. And so my son and his family, my daughter and her family, and us, no damage. We're all safe and sound. A lot of wind. It did knock a lot of peaches off my peach trees, though, so I'm not real happy about that. But anyway, those peach trees are new, so if we don't get any peaches this year, it's okay. I mean, it really is, if we don't get any peaches this year. I still feel like my hair is like all over the place. I think I convinced my daughter to give me a haircut Friday. We'll see. It's just getting so long, and I have a lot of hair. Anyway, on to something new. Okay, so we talked about the weather. My garden is actually doing really great. I've eaten a couple of peppers, a couple of zucchinis, and a bunch of spinach and lettuce from the garden, so it's doing really well. And not this week, but hopefully next week I'll try to get a walk through so you can see how everything's grown. And I'm really happy with it, and I'm excited to see, what all it's going to do this year. Okay, the other thing I wanted to tell you about, let's do our clink in. I'm going to tell you about my creamer saga. Alrighty, I've got my Aldi coffee that I love and just a little bit of Splenda today instead of creamer. Clinkety clink clink. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. Let me get a sip of my coffee. Okay, yesterday, I told my husband, okay, he's been doing the shopping and a lot of the stuff around here that I'm unable to do because I just can't do a lot of walking right now with these treatments that I'm having on my hip and back. And so I asked him to pick me up some of the Aldi sugar-free creamer, and I do like it. It's good. I like the vanilla. But he grabbed, instead of grabbing 2 vanilla, he grabbed a vanilla and a hazelnut, which is okay. I like it all right. But I made a cup of coffee the other day and with the hazelnut, and I thought, that kind of tastes odd. So I just poured it out and just had a little bit of coffee with. Sometimes I'll just put like a third of a Splenda in there because I'm not really into artificial sweeteners, for the most part. Okay, so I didn't think anything of it, and then yesterday I got home from my treatment and they had upped the weight. I don't know if you know how the decompression works, but they put you on these stretcher type machine that pulls your spine out and it brings weight down, and they add, they have to add more eventually in order for things to stay where there needs to be. Anyway, I was tired. And so I said, I just need a cup of coffee. So I fixed a half a cup. I went to pour some of that hazelnut creamer in there, and it came out in chunks. Bloop, bloop. And I'm like, there isn't any real milk in there. How in the world did that spoil? That's disgusting. So I poured it all out in the sink, rinsed it all out, and put the plastic container in the recycle. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, the date on that was 2/21. Okay, this is 2024. I thought I was going to throw up. I don't know where that creamer came from. Well, I told my husband, I said, from now on, we have got to check the dates at all. That was 2/21. Blah! No wonder it tasted weird. So I'm kind of off creamer right now. I'm kind of grossed out by it. So, oh, caramel swirl sounds good. I wanted to make mention, I was reading the comments before, and Mary, she was talking about her random acts of crochet kindness and that she's making crochet tomatoes. I thought that was the neatest thing, because she said her city's having a tomato, what do you call that? Tomato days? we have cowboy days here. I remember up in Iowa we used to have corn days. So anyway, I thought that was a super neat thing. And the other thing I wanted to say is Stacy said, "Yay, I finally get to be it alive." So I want to tell you, welcome, Stacy, you personally, because I know you've been a follower for many, many years, and she's very busy and she hasn't had a chance to watch. I don't know if you're working or what, but if you're at work and you're sneaking watching, it's okay with me. Alrighty. All right. Now, before we do the winner of our giveaway, I want to do a quick shout out, because I'm working really hard to do some YouTube shout outs to newer or YouTubers that don't have a lot of following. And this is important to me because I think we need to encourage each other. Okay? And so I came across this person through another person, and her name is Amber. The name of her crochet channel is Jaibees Crochet Channel. It's Jaibees, and I may not be pronouncing that right. Crochet Channel. Her name is Amber. Just a real sweet, I call her young lady. Everybody's young to me. I mean, I'm 61, so everybody's young to me. But I really enjoyed her enthusiasm and her channel, her realness. So if you get a chance, I'll put her link down in the notes under the video, of course. And if you get a chance, go over to her channel, show her some love and some likes, and subscribe. Because like I always said, being on YouTube is difficult, and it's really hard to get those likes and those subscribers. It's hard work for very little money, So, and crochet and crafting is a little bit nichey, and so it doesn't get the outreach that a lot of other types of videos get. And so we need to really encourage Tomato Festival. Thank you. But anyway, we need to try to, encourage others in our craft and in crafts in general, but especially the yarn crafts. Okay. So Jaibees Crochet Channel, and her name is Amber. Nice young lady. I always say this: share, like, and subscribe. Alrighty, let's talk about the giveaway. Let me grab it here. I laid it over here. Why I did that, I do not know, because I have tons of stuff on my table. Okay, I lost my pillow for my posture. I'm doing this pillow thing for my posture. Okay, so let's recall what the giveaway is. It's 3 skeins of Premier Anti-Pilling in these beautiful colors. It's like a deep navy, a cranberry, and a cream. Also comes with this book. This is one of those Annie's kits that Angela Wagner donated to give away. I opened the side so that I could see the yarn. So don't worry, it's not used. Okay, it's brand new. And then you're also going to get one of my crochet pouches with the little hook and pom-pom, so you can hook it onto your bag, okay? That is the May giveaway. I know for some reason I kept saying April. It's because the year's going by way too fast, okay? All right, so this is our giveaway. And remember, when you get a kit like this, you don't have to make what's on here. You can make whatever you want with that yarn. It's yours once you receive it, okay? All right, I'm going to set that down over there. Are you ready? Now, just a reminder, when I say the winner's name, do not ever put any of your email address, your address, phone number, anything in a live comment anywhere on any social media. Ever do it, okay? I'm trying to keep you safe. So when I say the winner's name, I will not chase you down. You have to chase me down, okay? And there's 2 ways you can catch me. You can go to the link underneath this video where it says web page. Then there's a rectangle that says contact us. Hit that contact tab and you can send me an email. Okay? Or you can go to the Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page. Don't send me a personal email because I won't get it. I mean, not email. Don't send me a personal message under my personal page because I won't get it. Okay? You have to message me at Posh Pooch Designs. Okay? And I'll need your shipping address and your, actually, if you send me a message, I don't need your email because if you send me a email, I'll get your email. And then, but if you send me the message through Facebook, I'll just put the tracking number there for you. I'll message you back. Okay. Once it's shipped and I hear that you've received your surprise, your gift giveaway, then I get rid of your email. Okay. I don't hang on to it. I don't put you in any group. I don't do any of that stuff. Okay. All right. Because my goal here is to keep you safe and still have fun. Okay. Now, I do need to apologize up front because I had trouble reading my handwriting when I wrote it down, okay? So there's two possibilities here. Okay, so the first name is Sandy, and the last name is either Blake or Black. When I wrote the word B-L-A-C-K-E, I don't know if I made a little curl or I made an E, okay? So it's Sandy, S-A-N-D-Y, Black, B-L-A-C-K with a curl or an E. Okay, so if you're either one of those people, the issue was, okay, I had to take the dogs out and then I wanted to come back in. This was earlier this morning because I wait to do the random generator, make sure everybody's had a chance, even this morning, you know, to be a part of it. And so then I just, when it comes up, I just check to make sure that name's in the list that's won in the last year, and then I write it down. I didn't write it down correctly. Okay, so the winner is either Sandy Black or Sandy Blake. And, you know, Sandy B. There you go, Heidi. So anyway, and if two people contact me, I'll send the other person something too as a surprise, okay? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm still struggling with my concentration. I don't know what it is about when your health, you know, when you're struggling with your health, I don't know what it is about that, but it just, you know, kind of throws you for a loop. And so I am having a little trouble with my concentration, okay? Alrighty. So congratulations, Sandra Black or Blake. I was trying to think. No, that's somebody else. Never mind. I thought I knew this person all of a sudden. I may. Okay. Moving right along. If you are Sandy Black, please contact me through my email or my webpage. All right, now we're going to talk about something really fun. Our yarn of the week is the limited edition Premier Parfait, okay? And I just have 3 colors here. I have a red one also, but I've already started a project with it. That's for later. So what's going to happen is on the 26th, which is Friday, all of the limited edition Parfait chunky yarns are going to go on sale. All right. And these are all the colors that they're like what I would call your crayon box colors. There's beiges and different shades, and they're all called really cool things. Like this is called Summer Splash. This one is called Seaweed Salad. And this one is called Rock Candy. Okay, and I have I can't remember the name of the red one, but there are 8 new limited edition Parfait chunky colors, okay? Limited edition. Each one has 131 yards, 3.5 ounces, 100% polyester. They're a super bulky number 6 yarn. And these are great colors. Your basic colors, I guess you would say. That keeps sticking out. That's for later. But anyway, I want you to watch because on Friday, the 26th, these limited edition colors are going to go on sale. All right. And even if, what you can do is I have my Premier link down underneath this video. You can click on the link and go look at them and see which colors you really would like. But one thing to remember, that's going to be noon on Friday. Once these limited colors are gone, they're gone. Okay? And the thing about this parfait, to me, it's more like a, what I would call a shaved velvet. Because you can see, it's not real thick, but it is real sturdy. And I have used different parfaits. I used a red. I used that light green for, with the pom-pom on it. Let me turn around so I can show you. See right back here? The clover we did and some other things using the pom-pom yarn, which is exactly the same. The only difference is it has that pom-pom going through it. And I have never, when you're working with it, yes, you're going to lose some of the fuzzies. Like here, I've got some fuzzy on my yellow one from the green. That happens with all velvet type yarns. To me, this is more like a velour. I mean, really. But I have found that this particular yarn, the Parfait brand from Premier, the Parfait Chunky, whether you're using the brights, the solids, the polka dot, it's not polka dot, it's confetti, what is it called? Anywho, pom-pom, there it is. Oh, they're all really super sturdy. I have bought velvet yarn in the past. And when I've gone to like weave it in at the end and you give it just a little tug, it breaks. And that annoys me. This yarn doesn't do that. It doesn't do that at all. And this blue one is unusually beautiful too. So anyway, I wanted to let you know about those. Friday at noon, May 26th, these are going to all go on sale. Okay, and they're limited edition. And so when they're gone, they're gone. But that doesn't mean they won't bring them back. I think what they're trying to do, which is what I would do if I was a yarn company, is I would put some yarns out there to see if people actually like them. And then if they like them, kind of like what colors people like. Because, these have a whole bunch of different colors, not just these 8. And also seasonally. Because let's think about at Christmas time, we're going to buy more bright yellow, bright red, bright green, right? And then maybe in the summer or spring, we're going to go with pinks and light green and lemon yellow, things like that. And so a lot of times the colors can be seasonally. And so, I mean, I don't know that that's what they're doing with this. I'm just telling you, Friday at noon, the 26th of May, they're going on sale. So head over there and check out the colors. And one thing that you can do is you can put them in your cart and then wait till Friday to purchase them. But that doesn't mean somebody else won't grab them before you, even if they're in your cart if they pay first, So, just trying to be a little, give you a little bit of hint what you can do. But you know me, I love the Premier yarn. I have even before I became an affiliate with Premier. I love their yarns. I've used it for quite a few years. And I am totally in love with this Parfait yarn. Because like I said, to me, it's not really a velvet. It's more of a velour. It's fuzzy, but not fluffy. And I don't know. I think it's just really great quality. Okay. So that's our yarn of the week. And I'll post it on my page as well. And probably in the community notes on YouTube. Just so that you remember. Because I don't want you to forget that. Because it's going to be a great... I don't know what they're going on sale for yet. They just said they're going on sale. And then... I don't know if they'll be gone. So, anywho. All right, what else did we do this week? Let me check. All right, so one of the things we talked about was 5 essential tools or 5 needed tools to start to crochet. And I'll have to tell you, I was sorry, my ponytail itches. I was really interested to find out what your all's thoughts are on this, because when I first started to crochet, we didn't have any money. I lived, with my mom and my sisters, and we didn't have a lot of money. My mom worked 3 jobs to support us, and so I spent a lot of time at the library, and I talk about library resources also. But there's a lot of people that have been messaging me saying, I want to learn to crochet, but yarn and hooks and everything is so expensive. And so in this video, I sort of give you some hints on what you can do to get started in crochet without spending a whole lot of money. Because a lot of times you'll start a craft and then you'll go, that's not really for me. So I give you some hints and some things that you can do to get started without spending a lot of money, and just see if you really, really like it. Okay, and so that video went out last Wednesday. That's our this and that video, even though it's not really I called it this or that or the other thing, because it is a little bit different. Okay, so anyway, if you have someone that wants to learn to crochet, or you want to learn to crochet, I just posted about what you need, what I think you need, and of course it's different for everybody. Inexpensively to learn to crochet. All right. And right now, everything is just so expensive. I was talking to my my daughter-in-law last night. She came by with my granddaughter, and she wanted to tell me about her gymnastics. I haven't been able to go, but I used to spend $100 a week at Walmart, and now it's like $260, and I don't really know what I'm doing different. You know what I'm saying? And it's anyway, let's not go there. Okay. What else did we do this week? Well, we did the Friday Fun Day buntings. They're flower buntings. And I'm going to come back over to this camera because I'm going to lay them out here so you can see them. This was so much fun for me. I brought them back in, so they're a little bit, you might see a piece of grass or a stick in them. I had them outside. I originally put them on my mantle on my fireplace for the picture, but I had them on my tomato thing. But you can see, because it really is basically a scrap project. All right, and you're basically making a triangle granny with a 3D flower in the middle that is stitched on. It's not done separately. You make the circle, then you make the chains, you make the flower, and then we make the rest of the granny triangle. And it's really super easy. And I did mine out of cotton, but you can do yours out of acrylic if you want to. And it's great to use up scrap yarns. And I just sort of, just grabbed what I had. I have lots of different colors because I wanted it to be bright and springy and summery. So I didn't use any blacks or beiges or grays or browns. I wanted to keep it bright. But it's just, I did 9 of them. And I think they're 5 or 6 inches. I can't remember. Let me grab this. Yeah, they're 5-inch triangles. And the truth is, when you do the back part here, before you do the last 2 rows of the trim, if you want to make the triangle bigger, you certainly can if you want to make a bigger pennant. Because the triangles are, we call them pennants, but they're triangles. Then we chain, and then we stitch the top with slip stitch, chain 1, skip 1, then you chain 10 and hook them all together. It's a really fast project, and you can also add them as you go. In other words, you can say you've got one made. You can do your beginning chain, you can do across the top, and chain 10, and then set that aside. Then make your next one. Add it on, chain 10, set those 2 aside, and do the next one. And so it's a great way also to make something as you go. If you don't have all the colors you want now, you can always just kind of make it as you go. And it's one of those projects that, because I did this over a period of time. In the evenings when I'm watching a movie with my husband, I'll make 2 or 3 of them, and then they were ready to go. So anyway. So these are each triangle is 5 inches, and I've got 9 here. And I had it over, I have this, I call them cucumber cage, but it's really not. It's like this metal thing that sits like this, and I just had it kind of going up and down. And my theory is that it will help bring the bees, because bees like yellow, so add lots of yellow in it. And so I did, but my garden's doing really well, and I want to add some more color to it. I've got my wind thingy over there, and I've got my twirly jig over here that I need to take out there. I just haven't. And I do need to spend a little bit of time in the garden tomorrow morning, try to get some more color into my garden, because I love color. But the truth is, you could make this for a birthday party. You could make it for a wedding or a housewarming party or anything or just to add color. They're super easy and really, really super fun. And I love the 3D effect of the flower, because the petals, they kind of, let me grab one of these here. They sort of stick up. And you don't have to sew it on. You make it as you go. And so it's not something extra that you have to sew on. All right, so that was our Friday fun for this week. And then I'm going to grab these over here. Yesterday, we did a hat. Fix my pillow. And this is my summer build hat. And I love this hat. And it's one of those things where, okay, I had a friend, she loves hats, but she wanted one with a little bit of a bill on the front, just to cover her eyes. But she's just one of those people that likes hats. And I thought, oh, I really like that. So I've made this one for me, and I'll make her another one. But she crochets, so she'll make her own. And I love how this turned out. This is similar to remember the one that I made that was the mashup? That was the messy bun bucket hat with a long bill. Actually, a long brim. This is a bill. The other one is a brim. And the stitching is similar. It's not exactly the same, but the stitching is similar. And this is really easy if you want to make it into a slouchy. You just add more rows here and make it longer, and then it will slouch off the back more. And I tell you on the video how to make it longer and how to adjust your hooks because remember, everybody likes their hats to fit differently. I like mine to fit a little bit around the band and then be looser in the back. Some people like a nice tight fit hat. Some people like a really loose fit. When it comes to a bucket hat, I like a little bit looser fit. Okay, but this is different because it has the bill and it's super cute. And I did add a couple of buttons, but I'm not really happy with where I put them. I think I'm going to move them up higher so they're more closer to where this bill is. But you don't have to add buttons. And I also, this is a hat that can be worn by the guys and the girls, because there isn't anything, too feminine about it or too masculine. It's pretty basic. And the truth of the matter is, I did this in acrylic yarn. And let me show you the yarn I used. This is the Sweet Roll Fruits. I got a banana one here just because it's so pretty. I love that. But this is the color that we used. It's guava. And you can make this hat with one of these cakes of yarn. I actually had a little bit left over that I can use on something else. Just like a little ball of it. Not very much. Where did I put the ball? I was going to show you the ball. Sorry. To be honest with you, the ball I had left was about this size. It was about this size. So it wasn't a lot, but I think it was actually a little bit smaller than that. But anyway, with one skein of this yarn or 3.5 ounces, you can make this hat. And this is the yarn, the Sweet Roll. The mashup, hat that I made was with the blueberry one. It was blue. You know what? I gave that hat to my sister. I was looking for it this morning, and all of a sudden I remembered I gave that hat to my sister. Because she has beautiful wavy silver hair, and she likes to wear it up in one of those buns, and she wanted the hat. So I gave it to her. So I was like, where did I put that at? So I wanted you to see it in the blueberry. But you can go to YouTube, just put in messy bun bucket hat, and it'll come right up. Or you can go on Ravelry or wherever. But anyway, this is the summer build hat. I just kept the name really simple. because it's for the guys and the girls. And I just love the hat. And yeah, I'm going to keep that one for myself. Unless my sister wants it, I'll give it to her. I have another skein. But actually, I actually have 2 more of these balls. And I'm planning on making a market bag to go with the hat. I think it would be a really cute set to use a similar stitch, you know. And I have 2 of these, and then I have 2 of the banana ones also. I love this one. It's so bright, and it's so bright my camera's, you know. Anyway, this is banana, that's guava. I have that blueberry one also, but I have one other one. I can't remember what one it was. It has more green in it, I think. But anyway, that's one of the ones I love also. You can go to the Premier link and look at all the colors that they have. Let's see. Did I write that down on here? How many colors? I did not. Okay, so that's what happened this week. Now, I want to remind you, when I show you one of my patterns that I have designed and do a video, underneath the video, the live video, I always put a link to the video where you can find it. Watermelon, that's the other one I have, Kim. Thanks for showing me that. I knew it has a little more green in it. It has some light 2 shades of green in it. Anyway, I always put the pattern link video, the video for the pattern, underneath the live video, so you can just go underneath there, find it, and click the link. It'll take you straight to the video. Okay, for all the things that I have a video for. And if you want a written pattern with pictures, all of my videos, underneath them, go to that description box underneath, and it'll say crochet pattern link, and it'll have a link. And you can just click that link. It'll take you to my blog where you can see all the pictures. There's always a lot of extra notes. The thing is, I always encourage people to go and look at the written pattern, even if you don't read a pattern, because there's always notes and things that I forget to say in videos, because I'm human. And my testers, and I edit my own videos, and sometimes I forget to type in a stitch count, or forget to type in something, you know, that I want you to know. And so you can find a lot of extra notes and things on the written pattern. That's why I try to always do a video tutorial, a photo tutorial, and a written pattern. I try to always do that on my patterns. When I was first starting out, I didn't always do that. And that's why we've been going back and updating some of our old patterns. Although a lot of the reason we're doing that is because a lot of those yarns are discontinued. And so, ooh, that sounds like a nice garden, Lisa. I have tomatoes, peppers, strawberry, blueberry, another berry in my garage. Oh, in your garage. Are you going to put that out in your garden? I have raspberries. I have 2 raspberries, blackberries, and then a whole thing of strawberries. And they're all new, so I probably won't get anything this year because those take a while to get, you know, set up. But I'm super excited about it. Anyway, that's what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs. I do want to tell you about one other thing that's going to be happening. The 1st of June. Now, y'all remember my grandson, Aiden. This time last year, a few weeks back, he was in the hospital. His lungs had collapsed. He had asthma, and then he got a really bad chest cold, and so his lungs collapsed. And we were concerned about him. We spent a lot of time in the hospital. He was in the hospital, I think, a month, maybe 3 weeks. I can't remember exactly. And he got out, and he's doing really well, and he was able to do marching band, jazz band, several other bands. Mustang School has about 100 bands, and he did a whole bunch of them. He plays all kinds of different instruments, from euphonium to trumpet to baritone to bass clarinet. He plays all of those wind instruments. Anyway, long story short, he's doing fantastic. His lungs are doing great, and he made it in all the bands again this year. And so what I'm going to do, starting the 1st of June for the first 2 weeks or maybe longer, I'm going to do a fundraiser. And what I'm going to be doing is like I did the last 2 years. I'm going to have a buy one, get one on all of my patterns in my Ravelry shop. And all the proceeds will go to my grandson, not to the band, but to my grandson's band fund. Okay? And I won't get anything out of it personally other than I get to pay the fees on Ravelry. And the reason that I'm doing it on Ravelry.com opposed to Etsy is because on Ravelry, there aren't the fees that there are on Etsy. When I sell a pattern on Ravelry, I make more money than I do when I sell on Etsy. I make about $1 off every sale on Etsy because of all the fees. And I keep telling myself to close my Etsy shop because I just don't make any money over there, and I don't put any of my new patterns over there. Anyway, back to this. So I will let you know, but on the 1st of June, I think that might be a Monday. I don't have my calendar with me. But the 1st of June, and for the first couple of weeks, my goal is to raise $500. Okay, and so we may let it run longer, but it'll be a buy one, get one on Ravelry. You buy one pattern, then you can pick a second pattern for free. And my patterns range anywhere from $2.50 up through, depending on how in-depth they are. Some of them are $5.99 if they're really in-depth dog sweaters. But just remember, a lot of the older patterns, I don't know what I'm trying to say all of a sudden. Anywho, I'm trying to raise some money for my grandson's band fee. It's very expensive. It's going to be $3,000. I think she said $3,500 this year. And that, it covers trips and costumes and all of that stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to get you ready for that. And just remember, all proceeds that come in from the 1st of June to whenever, till I get $500, will go to my grandson Aiden's band fees. And it's not going to the school band fees. That's different. This is my grandson's personal band account to help pay for him and his parents to pay for band. Okay, marching band's expensive, and so I want to help him out. And so, but last year I did have a few people that wanted to make donations. Okay, and if you want to make a donation, you can. And you can do that through PayPal. And if you want to do that, you'll need to contact me through my email. Okay, I do not have that whatever Ko-fi is. I only have PayPal. Because I just don't. I try to keep my business as easy as possible. So the two ways that you can help my grandson is to purchase patterns off Ravelry, or you can send a donation through PayPal. And all you have to do that is put in my email or my email address. And if you want that, you can send me a message or an email. Okay, but I just want to help him. He's done so good, and I'm so proud of him. He plays his instruments at church, and he plays with his mom and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm just really proud of him, and I'm so happy with his health. And he works hard. He does work hard. He has natural talent, but he does work hard. Okay, so I've never heard of that Ko-fi, K-O-F-I account. So, yeah, just letting you know. Alrighty, well, I have sat here long enough. My back needs to stretch. We've gone past our time. So again, thank you everyone for being with me. And make sure if you're the winner, Sandra Black, you contact me. And last time they contacted me the same day. I got it out the next day. It's because I gave it to my husband to take to the post office. So, alrighty. Well, thank you all for being with me today. And so I will see you next time.